Does anyone have a question? Questions are good. They inspire me to go deep in myself. I've discovered that the more I learn in my life, the less I really know. Because, as you open inside, you begin to truly connect with the universe that is so vast, that is so beyond all human comprehension, that it just brings humility. It brings humility. It rids one of any kind of pompousness, any kind of pretentiousness, because you discover, we're nothing more of a grain of sand on a beach. Any little wind can blow us away. I mean, that basically is how, endless and extraordinary the universe is. I mean, if you want to get rid of any pretension in yourself, just try to tap the endless nature, God of energy, spirit. It'll bring you to your knees. It'll make you realize that we are nothing. We make a lot of noise. We have a lot of media that creates endless amounts of noise. People make a lot of noise. And ultimately, what does it come down to? A universe that is so vast, God that is so vast and so beyond all human comprehension, that just a taste of it will create humility in oneself. And without that humility, without that sense of nothingness, it's just about impossible to grow and to get closer to any kind of spiritual enlightenment. So instead of being intimidated by the vastness of the universe, we have to just open to it and embrace it and recognize how much we need to learn and how much we need to grow in life. And not take anything from the smallest to the hugest for granted. Does anyone have a question?
Stuart,
Yes.
can you talk more about preparation for the class? Because sometimes I'll join in the middle of a workday and my mind is just racing, and I have a very hard time holding it, bringing the breath down to the hara. And I feel that really there has to be a dedicated pre-class time to get in the.
What I suggest is if you know you're going to come to a 1 o'clock class, what about 12:30? Chill out a little bit. I really mean it. Just it'll get done. The work will get done. And just take some deep breaths, relax, try to, drop a little tension, If you're in the office, go to the toilet and drop tension there. Go to a place where, nobody's going to bother you. And just prepare a half hour. You say, oh, it's 12:30. I'm going to prepare now. And you can be doing your work, but also listening to your breathing, doing a little so hum exercise for 30 seconds to relax you a little bit more. And whatever is so important, I mean, it can wait 10 minutes. It's not going to go away. And you have the capacity to do it, and it'll get done. More importantly is your own sanity, the quiet in you, preparing to receive Shakti of the intensity that goes on in this hour, you know? Otherwise, it goes right past you. And even if you're in the middle of work and whatever in the middle, take a breath, relax, see what time it is. Oh, it's 20 minutes. I gotta just calm down now. And you'll be amazed. You'll be able to do the work while you're taking breaths to relax. You don't have to be tense to do the work, in the office, I mean. And if you're relaxed inside, the work will get done much better and quicker. And coming to the meditation is a reminder you have to relax. And then maybe you can go into the job, and even in the middle of all that work and all of that economic pressure and blah, 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 and all that stuff, what if you learned how to do it while you're relaxed? What if you learn how to do all that intense work and it doesn't drive you crazy? You just do it. So it has to get done without allowing it to get to you. And all it's showing you is that you got to grow a lot in yourself, because there is no work on this planet that can't be done serenely and quietly and without a person getting crazy doing it. It depends on how open and developed their chakra system is. So I think what you asked, Larry, is really important, because it's important not only to coming to the class, but to do your entire day. How do I do a day with this intensity and not let it beat me up? How can I stay quiet? Well, you got to build a system inside that is strong enough to do it. So it's telling you about yourself and the practice that you need to do. And what a miracle to go through a day of intense economic pressure and come out of it with a smile. I mean, that's an extraordinary being. That's why so many people in the corporate world, by the time they're 40, they're like raisins. And they just burn out. You know, that world has swallowed them up and it's taken all the juice out of them. Gives them a gold watch and sends them on their way. So what if you can go into that world, do that world, and it doesn't take your life away, and do it well? I mean, honestly, I was in business for a very long time, Larry. And yeah, I had to make money. I had a lot of responsibility. I had huge bills at the end of the month. But it was secondary to me learning how to do all that stuff without it doing me. And I finally learned how to do it. I told you, I once had to teach a meditation and lost a fortune of money 10 minutes before the class. And I had to sit down, and there were 30 people sitting there. And I had to do a meditation class. Man, you talk about surrender. I learned more from that experience and how to be calm in the midst of a storm than just about almost anything I can remember. And then it all worked out. It didn't work out this way, it worked out that way. You know, it always works out. And we don't have to lose our lives because things get difficult. So I think more importantly is not preparing for the class. Yes, that's very important. More importantly is how do you get through a day without the day beating you up? That to me is a more important question because it's possible to do it if one builds the system that enables them to do it.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. I mean, the art business is always funny, because it was like educated gambling, the art business, with large chunks of money. You would gamble on things, and you could never reorder anything. So everything was a gamble. It was having the preparedness, the training to make decisions and to gamble huge sums of money that you were doing the right choice. And it used to come out of the gut to be able to run a business. It came out of the gut and it taught me how to build chi. I had to build chi in order to do it instead of becoming a neurotic mess. And I knew people in that business that were absolute neurotic messes. You couldn't be around them. Oh, Chris always used to work for me. The people that used to come in there, my God. Does anyone else have a question? Who would like to ask? Okay, thank you. God bless you all. I learned a lot here. I mean, it's not Stuart teaching, it's really God teaching here. I mean, I really learn a lot coming here, doing this, being with all of you. And it warms my heart. It really makes me have a lot of gratitude. So God bless you all. Thank you. There'll be a meditation on Thursday. As I announced, I think next on the 19th, I'm going away. I go celebrate my daughter's birthday. And I'll be gone for about 5 days. I think the 19th is a Thursday. So I'll be gone. Just giving you a warning, I'm not going to disappear. I mean, honestly, I took 10 people off my list who just vanished. I'm not going to take it anymore. I don't want it anymore. So three of them came back telling me about a sick aunt and a sick uncle and this and that. God bless them, it's not a problem if you just tell me. I'm not going to chew people out or take them off my list. Look, I have a sick person I got to go take care of now, I want to take a vacation. You know, we're all human. Anyway, thank you. God bless you all. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome.